This psychopath disrespected Manny Pacquiao personally.
Who's that? No, this guy.
Es puto Pacquiao.
Mocked his coach's disease of Parkinson's and ganged up on Pacquiao's coach, physically violating him.
Get the fuck out of here and start shit. Come on.
But what Manny Pacquiao did to the cocky Mexican after horrified everyone.
Right on the belt line.
On November 24, 2013, the bustling city of Macau, China, became the heart of the boxing universe. Fans from across the globe gathered with one burning question. Could the great Manny Pacquiao rise again after a devastating knockout loss? Facing him across the ring was Brandon Rios, a savage in gloves, known for turning fights into chaotic brawls. At just 27, Rios boasted 31 wins, 23 by knockout, and a love for violence so deep he once claimed he enjoyed getting punched. That's not bravado, but pure madness. For this was redemption, after it wasn't done. In the lead-up, Rios mocked Pacquiao, calling him washed up and predicting his retirement.
To all our cameras over here, why are you the man to retire Manny Pacquiao?
Young, I want that success, I want that fame, and I don't want to let go of it. I'm like a leech right now. I'm right here, baby. I want to be up here, and I don't want to let go. And I'm, like I said, young, hungry, and aggressive with balls, heart, always come to fight.
Then things got uglier when his camp released a vile video mocking Pacman's coach, Freddie Roach's Parkinson's disease, a move that earned widespread condemnation from fans and fighters alike. Little did Rios know that he and his team were about to pay big time. From the very first bell, Pacquiao moved like a man chasing ghosts, not Rios's, but his own.
With tremendous in his training.
Ghosts of that night when Marquez dropped him cold.
Rios here early, being in a
Combinations.
Ghosts of fans and critics questioning if the fire was gone.
But he does have to figure out how to adjust to his speed.
Manny opened the first round by going straight to the body, digging in with sharp rights and snapping the crowd awake with his speed.
And his
Rios fired back, landing some decent body work of his own, but the momentum never belonged to him.
as though it was a knockdown.
When Rios slipped and fell to a knee mid-round, it wasn't a knockdown, but it looked symbolic, as if he was already overwhelmed by the storm in front of him.
That punch was right on the belt line.
The Pacquiao of old had returned, and by the end of the first round, he had already stamped his authority on the fight.
End of that exchange, too.
Now there goes right down the pipe again. They're blocking the shot. The thing that's coming.
Oh, good luck there.
In the second round, Rios tried to dig deep and invest in the body, hoping it would slow Manny down later.
I guess he means don't take too many chances early. Fighter.
Not only that, after a few rounds, when Pacquiao slows down.
But Pacquiao looked fresh, young, and motivated.
In Pacquiao's corner, Freddie Roach told him in and out, in and out. Want a few more rounds like that one.
Every jab was clean and every angle sharp as a katana.
Only take a few rounds to get going. And
Rios is the larger man.
Manny effortlessly glided in and out, dodging punches like he had a sixth sense.
And what else has to be noted, which are very bad to the body in that fight.
and Rios is more.
Late in the round, he landed a slick left to the jaw that rattled Rios's brain cells and had the alarm bells ringing.
Pacquiao's doing some body work here.
In front of Brandon, I don't know.
It was another round clearly in his favor, and by now, the fans watching live or around the world could feel that something special was happening.
Well, maybe because Freddie Roach told him he needs an early knockout.
I just saw what happened.
In the third round, Rios showed his first signs of resistance, managing to back Pacquiao into a corner and throwing a few solid shots that excited his corner.
Use the speed, step around and box the guy until he wear him down a little bit. Miguel Cotto fought Shane Mosley. He used his jab to neutralize Shane.
But Pacquiao's response was clinical as he danced away from danger and came back with quick, brutal combinations that turned the momentum right back.
That's what got trapped in a corner. That's Rios' offense.
Rios may have had a moment, but Manny had the round.
That's where he...
The fourth round was where things started getting uncomfortable, not for Pacquiao, but for Rios.
Right something, and then he has to get him because he's better than any South Nation, but he always starts with
Pacquiao was no longer just fighting.
Manny Pacquiao.
And he's off to a hot start.
The Dynamo Pacquiao.
We saw an official card where he hadn't won.
He was teaching. The way he jabbed, circled, controlled distance, and used feints was pure boxing brilliance.
But yes, Rios likes what he's doing.
Not Pacquiao, just
Robert Garcia wants Rios not to.
Rios was still standing, but he wasn't solving the puzzle in front of him.
To work very hard to do it.
It wasn't a firefight, but a slow and systematic dismantling, and Pacquiao was enjoying every second of it. By the fifth round, the fight had turned into a one-sided beatdown.
Rios has Pacquiao moving to Pacquiao's left, which is.
Pacquiao opened with a vicious left to the head and followed it with a blazing combination that had Rios backing up.
Pacquiao, when he scores stoppages.
Hard left hands to the
Any remaining doubts about whether Manny's brutal KO loss to Marquez had broken him were fading fast.
Effective.
Brandon Rios is so good at working the
The Filipino didn't look tentative. He didn't look worried.
It's stopping Manny Pacquiao from firing combos.
He looked free.
Well, one way to stop him from firing is catching something with something hard in the exchange.
Rios, known for his toughness, kept pressing forward, but it was clear that this wasn't a fight he was going to win.
Sweet body shot with the left by Pacquiao. Left, right, left. Further combination.
In round 6, the tempo slowed just a hair, but Pacquiao remained in total control.
Keep the body shots up.
He opened with another left-right combo and later drew blood near Rios's right eye.
see that? He's just not throwing it. Surprise.
I think they're really hard for Brandon to answer.
Yeah, and
It
Rios,
wasn't a gusher, but it was telling because Pacquiao's punches were beginning to mark him.
though he needs to sell out his game plan yet.
Body, Pacquiao answers to the body. Training camp for Pacquiao.
Good left hand to
Rios wasn't just losing rounds.
That's been there since the beginning of time. Rios clacks him upside
He was being carved up, piece by piece.
against the body blows. Gino Rodriguez has not
Oh,
moved
good
the
shot.
button yet.
And he was gradually headed toward a humiliating shutout.
Pacquiao that time stayed in there. The combination.
In round 7, the conversation shifted from whether Pacquiao would win to how dominant he could be.
very, very easy. He turns to his left, he turns to his right. 6-0, Manny Pacquiao.
His jabs were like spears, his footwork effortless.
Blood on his left eye.
left hand that Pacquiao keeps landing with.
Exactly.
I'd say we're getting there.
At 34, he looked reborn, like a fighter who'd rediscovered his why. Meanwhile, the punch stats painted a grim picture with Pacquiao having landed over 170 shots to Rios's 88, nearly double the output and twice the accuracy.
Rios, his best punch in a while. Pacquiao lands his own right hook.
The only question right now is,
Rios, bloodied and puffed up around the face, had heart.
paint job.
Yeah, the notion of grinding, it's going to take an explosion of some.
But heart alone, unfortunately, doesn't win fights against legends. Round 8 gave Rios perhaps his final glimmer of hope.
The long layoff was the.
I think that the layoff is good to help his cover.
Pacquiao looked just a tad off early in the round, a little less active, slightly more cautious,
Taking a
and made people lean forward in their seats.
As if Manny is saying, I don't.
Took care of Alvarado in that first.
There's the left hook from Brandon Rios.
But whatever opening he found, it closed fast.
I think it was a good jab, which the punch he seen.
Pacquiao, as if insulted by the touch, responded with a late-round assault that clearly took back control. Rios ended the round breathing heavier, bleeding more, and walking slower. His face now bore the full toll of Manny's speed and precision. The 9th round was more of the same.
Those are not representative numbers, and they won't win him the fight. Ripping Rios with straight left.
Rios tried to fire back, especially in the closing moments of the round, but nothing stuck.
To continue trying to break Pacquiao down.
Pacquiao had figured him out by now, dodging most of the incoming fire and responding with sharp counters.
Left. What we've seen in terms of against Tim Bradley, for example.
The difference in class was staggering.
Good body shot by Rios. Pacquiao by decision.
It didn't feel like a contest anymore.
Fight from the most think he didn't deserve it. And then
It felt like a showcase.
the kind of guy who's overcome fights where maybe he's having his best night. Or
Rios wasn't hurt in the sense of wobbly legs or dangerous swelling, but his face was wearing every round like a badge of suffering.
Well, this is the biggest hand speed deficit I think Rios has ever.
He was a walking reminder that taking punches from Pacquiao is like running face first into a wall, over and over again. Even in the 10th, Pacquiao didn't let.
Does all the right things with a right hand that you
He didn't necessarily chase the knockout, but he kept pouring on clean shots with a confidence that made it clear he knew the fight was his.
Risky and give. Tried for a knockout and gave Chavez Jr.
He wasn't trying to hurt Rios, but trying to humiliate him with precision.
Pacquiao, the guy who Freddie Roach took and refined from this physical.
Like this, it's very difficult to deal with him.
It was surgical.
Now he's seen.
Give Rios chances late, and will
There was a rhythm to his dominance, and Rios couldn't escape the pattern.
Throw the right type of punches.
very good analogy, I think, with the Martinez. Face looks like
At this point, Rios's best-case scenario was to hear the final bell. Winning was off the table. In round 11, Pacquiao opened with another energetic flurry that electrified the crowd.
damage.
Broken to this day.
They were both.
Well, Brandon hasn't taken.
It wasn't wild or reckless, but was calculated brilliance.
As the slower Margarito was.
Exactly. Good hook by Pacquiao.
His left hand remained a problem Rios couldn't solve, and even as the pace slowed a bit due to fatigue, the dominance didn't waver.
Pacquiao felt it.
Good body shot.
Rios still hadn't landed anything meaningful. He still hadn't won a round.
For Pacquiao.
And Chavez Jr. round.
Correct.
That were at the similar.
Pacquiao had turned a high-stakes comeback fight into a 12-round sparring session, and the world was watching.
They want more jumping in on.
He don't want the combinations to keep it back like that.
As they stepped into the final round, there was only one possible miracle for Rios, a knockout punch from the gods.
Pacquiao actually hit him.
Yeah, he wants him to keep him on the ear like that so that.
But the gods weren't listening. Pacquiao, sensing that the end was near, turned up the heat one last time.
Are going to look like a bastard.
Rios' face.
Bloodied.
His jabs found the mark, his footwork never faltered, and the crowd stood in appreciation of a master craftsman doing what he does best.
He promised into.
Rios came forward, brave as ever, but with nothing to offer but toughness. No power, no timing.
He's done all to get a knockout or a TKO. The crowd loves it.
When the final bell rang, there was no doubt, no suspense, no need to look to the judges for answers. This wasn't a competitive fight. This was a shutout, a 120-108 whitewash that proved Manny Pacquiao was still a world-class force. Rios survived, yes, but at what cost? He'd been hit over 280 times, humiliated in front of the world, and used as the backdrop for one of boxing's most satisfying redemption stories. Pacquiao didn't just win, he sent a message that the Filipino icon who once terrorized multiple weight classes was still alive, still elite, and still dangerous. It wasn't just about winning rounds, it was about reclaiming his narrative, rewriting the story, and reminding everyone that legends don't fade, they rise. And on that night in Macau, under the lights and the weight of expectation, Manny Pacquiao rose once again. So, where do you rank the legendary Manny Pacquiao among the greatest fighters to ever step in the ring? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment in the wild, brutal, and beautiful world of boxing and MMA. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.